We are now joined by Nilesh Sathe, CEO of LIC Nomura Fund in our studio. Sir, welcome to DD News, welcome to Business News.
Yeah,
it's a very good news from the Moody's. They have given a stable Ba3 plus outlook for the Indian economy, because last year entire we have seen the global rating agencies were downgrading the Indian economy status like not investable. Sir, talking about this global economic situation, we have seen it's not that encouraging. Just US is slowing down, China's little bit started revamping Eurozone crisis we have seen. What are the effects on our economy as far as the attracting investment, as far as the FI flows is concerned?
Right. See, actually, it's really a good news that Moody has, not downgraded. Rather, that there was a threat from Fitch or from Standard & Poor's a few months back, and really, if they would have reduced it by one notch, it would have been very difficult for us to attract the foreign investors. Globally, if you find most of the countries in Europe are facing slowdown, except one or two, UK and Germany. Otherwise, Portuguese is facing a problem, Greece is facing a problem, Spain is in deep trouble. Now, what is the destination for the investors in that situation? Either the BRICS countries, and in BRICS countries also, India, in my opinion, will be the most favored destination for some inherent advantages that we have. So, slowing down of global economy, in my opinion, is an advantage for us. How do we make best use of the situation?
That is important.
That is important.
So, destination of foreign money, foreign flows coming down to India, there is enough opportunities also. Sir, with the series of policy reform announcement we have seen the last few months also, do you think the FI sentiments or the outlook have changed, because you have been observing all these fund flows for a number of years?
See, Shailesh, I will not agree with you that there is a change in the outlook. Basically, outlook was always positive. See, in the current year, the FI's inflows have been over 19 billion US dollars, and maybe by end of this calendar year it may cross 21 billion dollars. This is probably the second highest since 2008 when it crossed 40. So, I am personally of a view that outlook was good. Now outlook will be better. So, if at all you call it a change, definitely it is a positive change. The announcements on FDI, liberalization, all that were pending since long. Announcements have been made. The finance minister has been very positive and upbeat on all these to be through. And I am sure once these are passed by the parliament, definitely the financial institutions, global financial institutions will take it very positively, and the inflows will definitely start coming, no doubt about it. So, there is no change in the outlook as it was bad and now it is good. There was a positive outlook. It will still become more positive, I will say.
It's for the betterment.
For the betterment.
So, talking about you just mentioned about the BRIC economies also. Let me take a cue from what you have said. Among the BRIC economies, ours was a very much celebrated economy also. What are the challenges and opportunities and disadvantage over the other economies? Because we are trying for this global investor pie, and we need a foreign capital, maybe domestic or foreign. We need a capital for a growth.
Let us first look at what are the opportunities. The first and the foremost, the best opportunity, in my opinion, is the democratic setup that we have. Very few countries out of BRICS countries also are democratic. We have a very strong legal and financial system. We have seen how RBI has been reacting to the, so to say, the pressures from the finance ministry. These are encouraging as far as FIs are concerned. In my opinion, they will definitely value it more. We have very well defined regulations. These are the opportunities which will attract the FIs towards India out of the BRICS economies. Of course, we have got certain challenges. One is weakening of a rupee. But then let me tell you that once the FIs inflow starts, the rupee probably will stabilize and it will not further weaken. So, although it is a challenge, how do we tackle the situation today will give us better results tomorrow. Now, Moody has definitely given positive signals. So, that big challenge that we had is now eliminated. So, in my opinion, the situation is good and quite encouraging. Out of BRICS economies also, I think, in my opinion, India will be the most favored destination for FIIs in the coming years.
Yeah. Sir, this FIIs who are investing money, we have seen last month 19 billion and there are expectation it may reach to 20 billion, 22 billion also. So what is the time horizon this investor look for the Indian economy as far, because they are also interested in their returns, they are getting their money back also to which countries they are originating, and it is true that the stocks which are holding the FII holdings, they outperform Sensex sometimes.
Yeah, actually logically if you see, it is not always true that the companies where FII investment is high, they have always outperformed. But yes, they do lot of due diligence, lot of fundamentals checking and all that. So before investing itself, they find the sectors or the specific companies which are likely to give them better return than the Sensex, beating the Sensex. But again, it is not always true. Like there are many companies, to give an example, Jindal Steel or maybe Vocard. Vocard has got only 7% FII investment, holding, but more than 333% they have given in the last year return. Jindal Steel on the contrary has got over 22% FII investment, but it has given a negative return of 33%. But look at the banking sector, ICICI or HDFC Bank, they have got substantially high FII exposure and they have reasonably given good return as well. So in my opinion, linking it with to what extent the FIIs, on the contrary, many times it is seen that once FIIs start withdrawing, the outflow of capital starts, then there is a market crash. And it is always that the retailers, they lose out money in such situation.
Sir, how was the year 2012 as far as the entire market is concerned? We have seen the very volatile sessions, the markets were volatile also, and we have seen this from 18,000, 19,000 we have reached also. We are very much bullish till March and also we may reach the 22,000 also. Do you think this looking at only level as a parameter is good for the retail investor? How was the year and how we are approaching the year 2013 now?
See, as far as calendar is concerned, in my opinion, 2012 was one of the best years. From January to November, Nifty has grown by over 21%. From almost 4,200 to it has crossed 5,600, 5,650 level. And I am quite hopeful for 2013 as well. The Sensex or the Nifty should be in a position to give us about 20-21% returns as far as calendar is concerned. So this is my outlook on the Sensex.
What were the sectors like FIIs preferred? Do you think any study on that? These are the particular sectors, like 10 years back IT was the darling of the entire investors world. Now what is the situation and what are the sectors FIIs looking for?
At what sectors they are looking at, to be precise, I cannot comment on that. But in my opinion, the sectors which are attractive, FMCG and pharma will continue to be attractive as it was last year as well. Private sector banks are looking quite attractive. Automobile sector is looking quite attractive. So if at all there is a scope for investment, FIIs will definitely pick up stake in such uprising or sunrise sectors, which we may call. So in my opinion, these are the sectors which may attract the foreign institutional investors to invest.
And ours is a domestic consumption story.
It is a
huge market over here also. So talking about the ambitious disinvestment program of the PSUs also, and we have seen all these PSUs, they are market leaders or the global leader in certain areas also. Do you think it will attract enough retail participation, retail investments?
See, the first of its kind was over just 2 days back, Hindustan Copper. And more than 800 crores government is in a position to collect out of that. Although the public sector insurance company LIC as well as some of the public sector banks have invested into this disinvestment. But unofficially it is learned that over 300 crores have been collected from the retail investors as well, which in my opinion is quite a big amount. So the target that government has put of 30,000 crores of disinvestment target, I am sure if government is in a position to achieve it, it will have positive impact, number one on government borrowing, number two helping the government to have the GDP growth as well. Quite substantial, and finance minister is of a view that the deficit target has to be below 5%. He has actually talked about 3%,
right.
which appears to be a big challenge.
Yeah.
But 5.25 to 5.2 appears to be a reasonable one.
Sir, India's also infrastructure is a big opportunity, as Prime Minister also repeatedly said that $1 trillion investment we needed. Today also Prime Minister is chairing a meeting for the highway project, because everyone knows the infrastructure need. Do you think we have enough capacity to attract enough foreign finance, foreign capital for this entire infrastructure story?
See, it all depends on what is their outlook. If for an FII the outlook is for a long period of time, obviously there is nothing other than infrastructure. But if they have got some short-term goals, maybe over a period of time of 1 year or 2 year horizon, then infrastructure is not a good investment for them. So it has a potential to attract, and in my opinion, all over the world the interest rates have dipped to almost 0 to 1 or 2%. And if rupee stabilizes, if there is no depreciation in the rupee, definitely the net interest margins will be higher for FIIs if they invest over a long period of time. So infrastructure definitely is a sector where some of the FIIs will definitely.
So one last question: all our corporates, so they pay dividend in the range of 90,000 crores, something like that. It's a huge amount. But talking about the equity investments to attract the equity participation in their holdings, and it's very difficult for the corporates to have the equity participation. Why is it so?
I don't say it is difficult. See, as it is, the retailers' participation in the total equity of India is hardly 8%. This should grow. And from that point of view, government also has been taking steps like the Rajiv Gandhi equity scheme, which has been announced, and now mutual funds will also be allowed to participate in that. I'm sure good amount of retail investors will get attracted to the stock market. See, over a period of time in the last 5 years from 2008 onwards, equity market has not given reasonably good return. And if you have capacity to wait for long, over a long period of time, it is even said today that equity market will give you return better than the debt. But you should have a capacity to hold on. So if that is so, I am sure equity market will definitely is an attractive destination for retail investors as well.
So two things: the destination, of course India, and all the global economic indicators also favoring us. In today's Moody's report also, it's a stable outlook. Sir, thanks a lot for joining us on Business News.
Thank you.